Morning begins under a sky that will not stay blue. Ferns glitter with dew across the river plains. Far away, a mountain from space is falling. No roar reaches Earth yet, only ordinary birdsong. Duck-billed herds browse where hours still feel endless. Horned faces rise from mist like living fortresses. Above them, sunlight hides an unimaginable answer. By nightfall, this world will never return. But the strangest truth is even colder. Not every dinosaur dies today, yet their age does. It is the late Cretaceous. Warm rivers braid through broad, green floodplains. Forest edges tremble with insects. Pterosaurs wheel above sandbars in shallow water. A young Triceratops browses cycads. Mosasaurs cruise far away in inland seas. Edmontosaurus herds move like weather, their feet drum soft patterns into damp ground. Small mammals keep to roots. Feathered hunters vanish between horsetails and shade. The air smells of resin. Dragonflies skim pools bright with reflected sun. Tyrannosaurus is here too, not hunting now, just crossing a wooded rise. Nothing in this valley expects the sky. Nothing has ever needed to. 66 million years have prepared this morning. Only minutes remain. The asteroid has already crossed the moon's distance. Earth still spins, unwarned. It is likely about 12 kilometers wide. Dense rock carries enormous momentum. It approaches faster than a rifle bullet. Gravity bends the final path. The target is shallow sea. Carbonate and sulfur-rich rocks wait below. This matters more than the impact alone. The chemistry of the wound will echo. Over the Yucatan, the horizon suddenly becomes impossible. A second sun punches downward. Contact lasts an instant. Consequences bloom for centuries. Rock behaves like liquid under that force. Sea floor, water, and crust explode upward. A cavity opens across the coast. Then the planet tries to close it. Temperatures near ground zero soar beyond imagination. Nearby life has no time to react. A plume climbs towards space. Melted stone and vapor race after it. The impact releases energy equal to billions of bombs. Earth answers with a global shudder. Seismic waves sprint through bedrock. The continents ring like struck metal. Around the crater, a pressure wave outruns thought, forced flattened before falling debris arrives. In the Gulf, water lifts into walls. Shores stop resembling shores. Closer in, tsunamis may rise hundreds of meters. Farther away, they are still monstrous. The crater begins filling almost immediately. Seawater rushes back through chaos and fire. Broken rock, charcoal, and slurry tumble inward. The first day starts writing itself in stone. Minutes pass, then the sky begins to return its answer. Ejected beads of glass arc high above Earth. They fall back across continents like burning rain. For a few terrible minutes, the atmosphere itself heats. Surface life faces an oven from above. Scientists debate the exact spread of those fires. The heat pulse, though, is well supported. Leaves curl and blacken. Dry litter flashes first along exposed ground. Animals near open country seek cover instinctively. Cover will not always help. In North America, morning becomes false twilight. Then brightness surges where no cloud belongs. Some creatures flee toward water. Other waters are already moving against them. Rivers slosh in their banks from distant shaking. Lakes answer earthquakes with standing waves. In places, fish may be thrown ashore. Mud and reeds churn into sudden slurry. Sediment tumbles over bodies, branches, and shells. Catastrophe prefers confusion to clean endings. No trumpet announces extinction. It arrives as separate blows, each harder to survive. First shaking, then heat, then darkness. If you stood in Hell Creek, the sky would glitter. Glass spherules would hiss into rivers. Breathing would sting. Ash and dust would thicken every breeze. The familiar world would become unrecognizable by noon. Landmarks vanish under smoke and panic. Yet even here, not everything dies immediately. Some animals still run, hide, or endure. That is the crucial truth. Extinction is both an instant and a process. The asteroid does not personally strike every dinosaur. It destroys the systems they need. Plants burn back or stop growing. Food chains begin losing links from the bottom. Oceans suffer too. Sunlight fades and plankton begin collapsing. Large herbivores face hunger first. Great predators follow whatever remains. The age of giant dinosaurs is ending already. The bodies just have not all fallen. Along coasts, the sea comes inland with ruinous force. Then it tears away again. Backwash drags logs, sediment, and dead things seaward. Craters and channels stay behind. Near the impact zone, landscapes are erased outright. Beyond it, they are broken into fragments. Afternoon would feel endless in such a world. Every horizon carries another threat. Seabeds turn inside out. Inland valleys feel coastal for a moment. Even far from Mexico, the planet feels struck. Air, water, and ground stop agreeing. Then particles keep falling through afternoon light. Every splash warns of what follows. Dust and aerosols climb high into the atmosphere. Sunlight begins losing the war. Sulfur from vaporized rock becomes reflective haze. The planet starts dimming itself. Nitric acid may fall with later rains. Chemistry joins violence in the aftermath. Exact ozone damage remains uncertain. The atmospheric assault was still profound. Wildfire soot spreads farther than flame fronts. The evidence survives as a dark boundary line. Ferns will briefly thrive after this. They are among the first to reclaim ash. For now, though, forests crackle and vanish. The world smells scorched and mineral. Daylight weakens into copper gloom. Shadows stop behaving like shadows. Birds, the dinosaurs that will survive, keep the smallest foothold. Most other dinosaur branches do not. Eggs in nests cool under darkened skies. Hatchlings face a harsher world than parents. The giant bodies that once ruled abundance now carry dangerous appetites. Size becomes a liability. A Tyrannosaurus can survive a missed meal. It cannot survive a broken ecosystem. Would you lest one sunset here? Tell me below. Or would hunger, heat, or darkness win first? I want your answer. Hold that thought. The sky is only beginning its work. That difference is why this day matters. It changes tomorrow more than today. Through evening, pull ash drifts down on leaves. Waterholes film over with floating debris. Herds bunch together uneasily. Their instincts were shaped for predators, not planets. Night brings no relief. The sky still glows in distant places. Some regions may burn fiercely. Others mainly darken beneath falling dust. Scientists still test those regional differences. The global crisis itself is not in doubt. By the next sunrise, temperatures begin swinging strangely. The atmosphere is no longer normal. Photosynthesis falters as light disappears. The base of many food webs starts failing. In the oceans, microscopic producers crash. On land, fresh growth stalls. The biggest dinosaurs depended on vast daily intake. Vast daily intake is now impossible. Even survivors of heat and floods meet a slower enemy. Hunger arrives without footsteps. This is the harder truth. Dinosaurs did not all die that afternoon. Some non-avian dinosaurs lasted days. Others perhaps weeks, maybe a little longer in places. But the world that sustained them dies today. That distinction matters, and it is devastating. Paleontologists call this the KPG extinction. The boundary is thin, but the change is not. Below it lies a dinosaur world. Above it, a transformed planet. We know the impact happened exactly then. Iridium, shocked minerals, and crater dating align. We know a massive crater scars Yucatan. We know sulfur-rich rocks amplified the aftermath. We know darkness crippled photosynthesis. We know about soot, dust, and acid rain. We still debate some details. Science keeps its awe sharper by keeping it honest. How widespread were immediate fires everywhere? Researchers still argue over the map. How long did deep cold last regionally? Models differ on exact severity. How much did earlier volcanism stress ecosystems first? It may have mattered, but impact dominates. The consensus is clear on the main cause. Chicxulub delivered the fatal blow. Think of it as a door slamming. Evolution on Earth hews it everywhere. After that slam, only certain bodies and behaviors fit. Small, flexible, sheltered survivors fare better. Seeds matter now. Burrows matter now. Generalist diets matter now. Giant thunder lizards no longer fit the rules. Crocodilians persist in water. Turtles persist. Many birds persist. Mammals survive mostly as small opportunists. Their future still looks modest tonight. But history has turned. The Mesozoic is over in principle, if not yet silence. Somewhere a last hadrosaur still breathes. Somewhere a nesting ground sits under ash. Somewhere a predator still listens for movement. The sounds are fewer already. Morning animals become twilight animals by force. Night animals inherit longer chances. The planet has performed mass selection without mercy, not through hatred, through physics. That may be the coldest part of all. Nature does not need intention to transform everything. At the crater, sediments pour back for hours. They preserve charcoal and tsunami-driven debris. Those rocks are among our closest witnesses. Ground Zero wrote its own testimony. Far north, unusual fossil beds may record the same day. Some interpretations remain debated. Even debate is a kind of miracle. It means the evidence is rich enough to argue with. Stone remembers impact better than memory. Charcoal remembers vanished forests. The dinosaurs have ruled for over 160 million years. Our species has not existed for 1% of that. Their world felt permanent from inside it. So does ours. That is why this story still matters. Extinction can begin long before the last heartbeat. A system collapses first. The bodies follow. On that day, dinosaurs faced something larger than any rival. They faced a darkened future. Not claws, not teeth. Sunless months and broken food webs finish what the impact began. The sky becomes the true predator. Yet life does not end. It bends, shrinks, hides, and waits. In the ash, survivors hold impossible continuity. Feathers, fur, scales, roots, spores. Eventually, forests return, rivers clear, and birds still cross the morning light. Mammals diversify later. New worlds rise from emptied niches. But none of that softens this day. It only proves how complete the turning was. When we say the dinosaurs died, we usually picture one violent moment. Reality is sadder and grander. It was a chain reaction in the biosphere, a planet-sized unraveling. If you had stood there at dawn, you would not see extinction. You would see ordinary life. That is always how endings begin. Quiet first, then consequence. Beneath modern towns, cliffs, and seafloors, that day still survives. A thin line circles birth. Touch the right rock and you touch aftermath. Dust from disaster still marks fingertips. We live above that boundary now. We are creatures of the world that followed. The birds at sunrise carry a fragment forward. They are dinosaurs, rewritten rather than erased. The rest remain as bone, chemistry, and absence. Sometimes absence tells the biggest story. Would you recognize the danger that morning? Tell me below. And if this journey moved you, subscribe and ring the bell. More lost worlds wait before us. Because deep time is not silent. It is only waiting for us to listen.